These are the second growth promoting hormones. These are discovered by a scientist, a Japanese plant pathologist called as E. Kurosawa. He studied that in the year 1926. He studied that in the rice field, some of the rice seedlings are excessively tall. Some of the rice seedlings are excessively tall and these seedlings are sterile, that is they cannot produce the seeds. Such a seedling of rice, these are called as a foolish seedling, or this disease is called as a Bakne disease of rice. This one, it is called as a Bakne disease of rice. He observed that on such seedlings there is a growth of a fungus takes place, and that one is called as a Gibberella fusicori, and he obtained this extract of the Gibberella fusicori, and when this extract is spread on the healthy plants, these healthy plants are also get infected. So he found that from this Gibberella fusicori, some substance is responsible for growth of the excessive growth of these seedlings. Later on, that active substance was isolated by a scientist called as Abuta, and he called it as gibberellins. Abuta, scientist who extracted that active substance from the Gibberella fusicori, and they are named as gibberellins. Till now, more than 100 gibberellins were identified in fungus and higher plants. More than 100 gibberellins are identified in higher plants, and these gibberellins are named as GA1, GA2, GA3 and so on. Among them, the most extensively studied gibberellins are the GA3. Most extensively studied gibberellins, these are the GA3. These gibberellins, these are the terpene compounds. The precursor of the gibberellins in plants are the acetyl coenzyme A, precursor of the gibberellins. Now we are going to study with the physiological role of gibberellins. Physiological role of gibberellins. The first physiological role of the gibberellin is the stem and leaf growth. The gibberellins are responsible for growth of the stem and other aerial parts, and because of that they are responsible for growth of the stem and the fruits. These gibberellins do not show any effect on the roots. Second one, the gibberellins are responsible for the process called as bolting and the flowering. This bolting and flowering this process is commonly found in the plants which show the rosette habit. In these plants there is a internodes are highly reduced. So internodes in the rosette plants, the internodes are the highly reduced, and because of that the leaves are very close to each other. For example, the plants like the beet and the cabbage, such plants they show the rosette habit. In this one, during the process of the flowering, there is a sudden internodal elongation takes place. Sudden internodal elongation takes place, and this one is converted into the floral axis, and this process it is called as a bolting. So the gibberellins are responsible for increasing the bolting and flowering process. The third physiological effect of the gibberellins, that is the seed germination. So the gibberellins, they are responsible for activation of the enzymes, many enzymes like proteases, amylases, etc. during the seed germination. So it helps in the process of the seed germination. Now we will study the practical applications of gibberellin. Practical applications of gibberellins. In that, first practical application of the gibberellin is the fruit growth. The gibberellins are used to increase the size of apple, At the same time, it improves the shape of the apple. It increases the size and shape of the apple. Similarly, the gibberellins are used for increasing the length of the bunch of the grapes. The length of the bunch grapes are increased by the gibberellins, so they are commonly used. Second one, the gibberellins are responsible for the delayed ripening process. The gibberellins are responsible for the delayed ripening process. The ripening of the fruits can be delayed. The process of the fruit ripening can be delayed by spraying the gibberellins, and because of that the fruits can be remain on the for longer duration for the tree. So the plucking of the fruits can be postponed due to the delayed ripening of the fruits. The third practical application of the gibberellins, that is the sugar cane yield. As the gibberellins are responsible for internodal elongation or stem elongation inside the sugar cane, the sugar content can be increased by the gibberellins due to the longer internodes. By increasing the length of the internodes, the sugar content can be increased. It was observed that by spraying the gibberellins, the sugar cane yield can be increased by about 20 tons per acre. The sugar cane yield can be increased about by 20 tons per acre. Fourth one, the gibberellins are also used in the malt industry. So the gibberellins are responsible for speeding up of the malting process. The gibberellins are responsible for speeding up of the malting process, and because of that they are used in the malt industry. Fifth one, the gibberellins are responsible for the quicker maturity. The gibberellins are responsible for quicker maturity, and this can be commonly used in case of the gymnosperms, or particularly in gymnosperm conifers. As these conifers are the slow growing plants, when the gibberellins are spread on them, they can grow at a faster rate and attain maturity in a short duration. So it is used for early and quicker ripening of the economically important coniferous.